Warning: the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Ahoy, all of you flick freaks out there, what is going on? My name is Andrew, and welcome to episode 62 of the Flick Freak Podcast. Joining me, as always, we have the wrong half of Hollywood, Jareth Mooneyham.
Howdy.
And the Ravish Radinator.
The Ravishing Radish.
Yes.
I'm not offended.
Mike Boykin. Hello, guys.
Hello, how are you?
Doing well.
Star Wars?
Star Wars. I waited 9.5 hours in line.
I fucking cannot believe that. We were sitting down, we were seeing it in 2D, and I saw...
Where'd you go?
Springfield 11.
Oh, really?
So I saw the IMAX line, people fucking camped out, all dressed up.
Yeah.
And I was sitting down and the movie was about to start when I was like, oh man, I should have run to like the front of the IMAX line and tried to find Andrew.
What time did you guys go and see it?
It was, Jareth went and saw it in Tulsa, but I think we were in our seats by 6:15 for the 7:30 showing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was there at 4:15.
It was a remarkably great film-going experience.
You know what? A lot of people, they'll give you shit for waiting in lines like that. But you know what? I think that in itself, the waiting in line, getting to know the people around you, hearing their stories and stuff, because you're there talking to them for literally half of a day.
Yeah.
And I think, that's part of the experience, too. We all ordered pizza, and, it was fun.
That is cool. My girlfriend gave me my Christmas present early. It was a Chewbacca onesie.
Oh, that's so fucking
cool. Yeah, so
I saw the picture of that on Facebook. I'm like, man, Mike won. He won.
So I wore that, and it was just cool. I've never really done that before, been like dressed up. So everyone was, got a lot of high fives, and everyone was like, nice onesie. And I got my picture taken with like the Stormtrooper kid. This guy was taking pictures of people for his kid. So it was just like, it was really cool. And we were sitting down in the theater, and our friend Roper, who's been on the podcast, and he's also one of the main guys on the spoiler cast, he brought his cloak and lightsaber, and we were sitting in the theater, and we hear behind us somewhere someone like
during the movie.
No, just before it started, and in that hour you're just fucking sitting there, and we turn around and someone has a blue lightsaber that they're kind of waving around. Roper picks up his red, everyone's like, and there's like that awesome that camaraderie. Everyone just had that. There was like a universal, everyone was so nice to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody was just, everybody cared about everybody because they all cared about the same thing for a few minutes.
There was I was amazed at how many times I heard like, oh man, were you standing in line here? I don't want to cut. With the tremendously huge group of people that was there, it was like
humanity learned respect for a minute.
It went away very quickly, but just for that time.
Yeah, I was the seventh person in line.
Nice.
So I got and we all, like, the entire row we were in, like, before we were seating just in the line, we're like, where are you sitting? Where are you sitting?
Yeah.
Where are you sitting? Because we all, we have our ideal spots, like, are we all going to be rushing for the same seat? And it turned out everybody wanted a different spot.
Cool.
My ideal spot in an IMAX theater, third row down, right in the middle.
Yeah.
That's my perfect spot. Not the back row, because then the IMAX screen's not big enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have it all worked out. But I guess we should actually, review the movie now instead of talking about waiting in line.
It's kind of hard to talk about this movie because, like, the trailers did a really good job of not really letting you know what it was about, but you still kind of have to talk about it a little bit.
I think there's like 4 or 5 main topics we can all discuss. The first one, let's talk about old cast, new cast.
Oh my! Actually, that is my summary for all of it. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a brilliant summary. I don't think
I think
every topic just
most striking for me, and I didn't really have this concern until I was watching the movie, was Harrison Ford as Han Solo. Is he gonna be Han Solo, or is he just gonna be Harrison Ford? He was Han Solo, man.
He was fucking Han Solo.
It was just, we're back. It was him, you know, it was Han fucking Solo.
The first time you see him and Peter Mayhew walk on screen, like the entire theater, I don't know about yours, but did your erupt?
Yes.
Like, or the first time you saw the Millennium Falcon, you're like,
oh okay.
Fuck. I got chills.
That was one of the best things about watching it in that big group for, you know, among the first people to see it.
Yeah.
It was when the opening crawl started.
Oh, the John Williams score. I cried. I'm not gonna lie. Did you guys? I cried. I was like, oh shit.
I was fucking vibrating, man.
Yeah.
I you know.
Pretty much for like 80% of the movie, I was like leaned forward, eyes a glitter. I was just.
Yeah,
I was a mess.
Yeah.
So
I'm never like vocally emotional at movies, but like they got awes out of me, like stuff like that. I was just so freaking excited.
Also, Carrie Fisher, who is normally psychotic, was Leia.
Yeah,
I totally believed, even though she sounds like a 90-year-old smoker now. I believe she was Princess Leia again.
Oh yeah, she's so sincere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, here's something. We're not going to get too much into detail. Just a quick yes or no on this one.
Yep.
Were you happy with Luke's reveal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard half and half. Some people are, some people aren't. I am. I thought it was really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a culmination of a lot of things that had already happened.
Mm-hmm. It's not how I thought they were going to do it, but yeah.
And the way it was stylized was perfect. You know, she's there now.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, time to do this.
I'm all right with that. So, new cast. We have John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, and Adam Driver is the three. Oh, and Oscar Isaac.
Killed it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's way too early to say. I gotta wait until after this new trilogy finishes.
Yeah.
But Kylo Ren may be one of my new favorite villains.
And he's not what you would expect from a Star Wars villain.
No, he's not atypical. He has so much emotion going on him. He's getting torn left and right.
Well, that's because he's not a typical Star Wars villain because he's not a Disney bad guy.
Yeah. Which is ironic.
Because now because normally they're just like, they're either like
I am the bad guy.
Mustache twirling bad guy, or they're just like, I am a faceless monster villain.
Yes.
Because Darth Vader, even when Darth Vader gave you information about Darth Vader, you didn't know anything about Darth Vader.
There was no conflict with him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm your father.
There was no conflict with Darth
Whoa,
Maul.
you can't just say that was the biggest reveal in cinema history, was Darth Vader saying that to Luke he was his father.
Yeah. But my point is you don't really learn anything about him from it. He's just like, I'm your dad.
I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's again, I think expectations are obviously a thing to consider when you go into this movie, because it managed to subvert a lot of my expectations without like surprising me in any way. I don't think that I was like, oh shit, for the most part, but I had a lot to chew on whenever I left the theater. It was different than I expected, and I had to kind of figure out why, and it was very interesting.
Yeah.
I will also say that while everyone out there should continue avoiding spoilers, this is not a film that's going to be really damaged by spoilers at all.
Well, one.
I mean, there's a couple, but honestly...
There's a couple... Well, there's no big twist. It's not like...
I think it is. I think there is one.
There's a few, but I don't really think that I'm with Jareth. I don't think it damages your... they're like miming.
We're miming, lipping back and forth. To those of you who have seen the movie, which, half the world has by now...
Yeah.
They know what we're miming back and forth to each other now. So,
yeah, it's if I had known that going in, and I unfortunately kind of did, I just didn't really harm the experience for me.
That's unfortunate.
The experience is so powerful, and the getting there is so important. Because like just knowing the raw facts of any part of the movie is it's not the same.
It's like a magician telling you that he can do a card trick and telling you what the card trick is and then seeing it.
Yeah, and you're like,
yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
He does it, yet you're still. It's magic still.
Yes, it is. Star Wars. This movie is
space magic.
Space magic.
movie magic, man.
Now we can talk about what is one of my favorite parts, and I'm pretty sure is one of Jairus' favorite parts. Practical effects.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Practical fucking effects.
Man.
Like 90% of the aliens were made out of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could find them and slap them.
Yeah.
yeah, that was so awesome. That it, and it wasn't in like that. It was kind of in that goofy floppy way of Jim Henson, but it was
Yeah.
so authentic and so like Star Wars in ways that say like the prequel trilogies just aren't. You know, it's just
It felt so textured and real.
yeah.
Even when it was goofy as hell, like, you got like Kermit the Frog flopping around on screen. You're still like,
Yeah.
just thumbs up and ready to buy in.
Yeah.
Because it made the world feel more solid. Nobody felt like they were talking to thin air.
Yeah.
They're like, where's Jar Jar in this scene?
Okay, let's talk about that. This movie's funny. This
Yeah.
movie is really funny.
Definitely the funniest Star Wars, I think.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
it lacks a small child and no slapstick character.
No? I think
Yeah.
the closest slapstick character who I did love, one of my favorite parts of the entire movie, was BB-8.
BB-8 was magnificent. That scene,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I died.
Dude, and I went in knowing, and I think everyone does if they've seen the trailers, that BB-8 is gonna be that character. He's gonna be the
Yeah.
cute.
He's going to be the new R2-D2.
Totally won me over, man.
He may be better than R2-D2 by the end of this. By the end of this, he could be.
Like, I feel like I love it, but I feel like they build astromech droids wrong. All of them have like way too much character. Like 90% of them that you encounter in the Star Wars universe have like foul mouths and they're snarky as hell. It's like they should be about function more than like a steward droid.
Yeah, droids are weird in Star Wars. That's a whole can of worms I don't want to open up. I have opinions on that.
Well, yeah.
Really? I'm. If we didn't have C-3PO or R2-D2
Oh,
and
I
even
love it.
BB-8 now,
I love it. I just think it's weird the way the Star Wars universe treats droids.
They treat them as
like punk-ass bitches.
Well, they
They're all
recognize that they're sentient beings.
But they're slaves.
Yeah, they're...
It's really weird.
Yeah.
What's the practical effects?
Practical.
They
they fucking built cities.
yeah,
Right?
and that was actually just what I was about to say.
Jakku, man.
Yeah, and obviously it was clear what things were not practical effects and what weren't. But there was just such a sense of place in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I wonder how many green screens they used. It probably wasn't that many.
Well, I know that they filmed in Abu Dhabi and Ireland.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, at least. So, there's a lot of on-site shooting that they probably did for that.
Something about shooting on location and building sets like that. Like whenever there were explosions and things that happened on the set pieces, you were like, "Oh shit," because it like felt like it was there.
Yeah.
and it was
That's
blowing
real
up.
fire.
Yeah, yeah,
You felt like something was actually destroyed and lost.
yeah.
And it probably was. It was also probably made it a lot harder to shoot because if they blow up a set piece and then they're like, "Oh crap,
They got to rebuild that set.
I left the lens cap on, everybody. My bad."
Man, I think you'd get fired for that. If
No,
you're a
I think
professional PA, then you're getting fired for
I
that.
think you'd have to commit ritual suicide,
yeah.
like on set, in front of everybody. Like, I'm sorry.
J.J. Abrams will be your second.
Okay, let's talk about that. The movie's directed really well. No director in history has had more pressure.
I think
On
you're
him
right.
to
I think
make a movie good.
second only would be Joss Whedon for the first Avengers, but that's actually a very distant second.
Yeah.
Star Wars has permeated our culture in ways that like
Yeah.
it's difficult to even articulate. I saw Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey. She was doing an interview for Nerdist, and she was talking about how she was watching when she was very young. She was watching the movies, and she already knew things about Star Wars. Her first memories of seeing Star Wars, she already knew who these characters were, and she was like, "I don't even know how I how I knew that already. You
It's
know,
in their DNA.
yeah, it's just like Star Wars has permeated our culture in this way, and
It's just part of the shadow now.
we've
It's
been
just
disappointed.
everywhere.
We've been disappointed so hard, so many times, and J.J. Abrams could have really, really fucked this up, and he wouldn't have even had to fuck it up that bad.
He would have just had to have not made an amazing movie. He could have just done a great movie, and it would have killed him.
Yeah.
Actually, extend that out to everybody. Every single person in this movie, if they just brought like their okay game, it could have ruined their career.
Yeah.
Like Stormtrooper number 3 didn't quite bring it in the one line he had.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck that guy. The whole world's out to kill him now.
But he brought it.
Everybody brought their A games.
Yep.
Not even their A games, like their triple A plus games.
Yeah.
They were like, this is fucking Star Wars. I want to be here.
Just to go back to the new cast, because you're very right about that. A game on everyone. Domhnall Gleeson.
God, yeah.
Right?
Holy shit.
He's good.
I did not expect when I first saw his character, I was like, oh, okay, this is like Grand Moff Tarkin or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not expect to be like,
No, he had intensity. He had drive.
yeah.
He had
His
gumption.
eyes, man, those eyes.
No. That's one rage-filled ginger.
Yeah.
He's a
Aren't
real
they all?
ginger too. Like, not like, oh, he's got red hair. Like, no, he has bright goddamn orange hair.
All right, so the movie is phenomenal, but not perfect. Do you guys have any negatives to say about the movie?
Here's what I would say, and I
it isn't
think
playing all the time everywhere in my head.
what I will say is it was smaller than I expected it to be. One thing that the prequel trilogies did have was that they were really epic, to their detriment, perhaps. They were awful, but
Do you think that comes with CGI versus practical effects, what you're limiting yourself to?
no, I think the plot of the prequel trilogies was
The prequel trilogies, especially the first episode,
had
a huge problem narrowing in on it. So they're like all over these different planets, going to these different places, trying to do too much.
it went everywhere in that first movie, and in this movie, I think we go three places,
Including like the Imperial ship.
yeah.
Well, no,
with-
that's 5 if you count the
yeah.
ships.
I guess you're right. But it does. I feel like it might, and this is just my opinion, it might lack the epic scope of the other Star Wars. That being said, it was that, and there was another thing that was missing from this movie, which would be a spoiler that I'm not going to talk about now, that kind of left me going like, why don't I feel something? There's something missing. And it's not bad. It was just different than I expected. I was expecting it to kind of follow that same Star Wars formula we've always seen, and it does, but in different ways than you would expect.
Yeah.
So it's a little complicated, but other than that, I can't think of a single flaw.
For me, I think the movie started so perfectly that the rest of the movie didn't live up to the beginning. Because for me, the beginning of the movie was re-immersing everybody into that original trilogy world.
Yeah.
Or the universe, I should say. And they did. They really did. But the rest of the movie was setting up the other two movies pretty much.
Yeah.
And so I think the beginning of the movie was better than the second half of the movie.
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's you're right that it is it's working on setting everything else up, but I don't know that it fell short because of that. Like the entire thing was good throughout. If it was worse than the beginning, it's like by like a micron of difference.
I think the mystique probably wore off after the first act. I think is kind of what the thing was, and you were settled in. This movie is gonna be. I'm so excited to see this movie the second, third, fourth, fifth time.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, like I am very excited to see this movie again because there's already things where I looked on Reddit at the discussion threads and people reminding me of scenes. And I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about that scene. Like so much happened,
And hopefully only like another year until we can see a new one.
Yeah, Rogue Squadron, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, That's Gareth Edwards, the guy who did Godzilla and Monsters. He's directing Rogue Squadron.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this movie. I'm going to go and see it again at the Marquis Suites in Ozark.
Ooh,
Nice.
Actually, that's something I wanted to bring up because we talked about his experience and your experience. I had a wildly different experience at the movie theater.
Oh, yeah?
I went in the morning. It was like a 9:30 showing.
On Friday.
No. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. Whatever time.
It was Friday.
Someday. Tomorrow?
You were probably in line on Thursday for the 9:30 showing.
No, actually, I had zero line. No wait at all.
Oh, wow.
I was down in Tulsa. I went to the Warren Theater. It's newly renovated. Magnificent theater. The Warren is like a chain of theaters in Oklahoma that's like really high end. My dad got balcony seats to IMAX 3D. They had balcony seats.
Like on the side?
No, like
up top. I thought you meant like, in a theater they had the balconies along the side. That would fuck up your 3D viewing.
And it had like big plush chairs. They were like this wide.
Nice.
And there's like a little table in front of me and we had a waiter.
Oh, man.
I got to eat like buffalo chicken chimichangas while I watched it. And I could have ordered alcohol. I thought about it. They had a drink called the Yoda. It was green.
Nice.
Oh, man. You had the perfect Star Wars experience.
It was the best movie-going experience I've ever had, and I'm glad it was with this movie.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I can. Yeah, that's the best movie going experience I've ever had. I had a really special kind of thing that happened. Originally, I was gonna see it with Jareth. Jareth, because of our work schedule, he couldn't go, so I was gonna see it with my girlfriend Katie. And the day we were going to see it, I think it was that morning. Or I guess it was the night before. I had expressed because Jareth was like, "Well, I'm going to go to Tulsa and see it with my dad." And I was like, man, I have seen every other Star Wars on opening day with my dad. He always took me to everyone in theaters. Katie heard that, and she called my parents and basically organized my dad to drive down, gave him her ticket.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I got to see it with my dad. That was very special. So like that's definitely far and above probably the best movie going experience I've had. It was pretty cool.
You can't compete with that. That's just perfect.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, so I whenever I did the initial review, I gave this movie a 9.7.
Okay.
So 9.7
Do you
out of 10.
stick with that, or do you regret it?
No, because I am very, very particular about movies I give perfect 10s to.
Yeah.
And this is
Name
so
one.
close. A perfect 10 movie. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was a perfect 10.
Oh, okay.
Whiplash, which came out last year, was a perfect 10. And
What about my web movie? Did you give it a perfect 10?
I haven't seen your web movie.
That's because it doesn't exist.
Oh, damn. Dude, I got so excited. I was more excited about that than I was Star Wars. All right.
That
So,
Jareth has made a movie.
Join my Kickstarter, everyone. Make it happen. I don't have a
Man.
Kickstarter. It's all a lie.
if you did,
Everything I say
if
is a
you did a
lie.
practical effect horror film, I would be so excited.
Oh my god. That would be cool.
That sounds like so much work.
Oh, it would be.
Yeah.
So
So
So I think I agree with your 9.7 out of 10. I think I fully agree with that.
awesome.
As long as everybody recognizes that 9.7 is awesome as shit and this movie's amazing.
Yeah. Normally, I give like an average movie a 6.5 to 7.
Yeah.
So a 9.7 is close. I think that speaks for, and the fact that this movie had so much hype going into it that
Okay.
everybody was expecting the greatest film of all time,
Yep.
and then it got that close. I think is amazing.
Yeah, the simple fact that it holds up under the amount of pressure it was put under, I mean, that's more than an endorsement right there.
Yeah. So everybody should definitely go and see this. There's
you were-
no reason anybody should not see this.
You were
movie.
going to see it, but if
Yeah.
you were on the fence about it, get off the fence.
Yeah.
Stop riding fences.
That's really damaging to the fence, and fences are expensive.
And probably your pants, too. Pants aren't supposed to be on fences like that.
Expensive?
It's expensive. It's
Okay.
Woo.
You're welcome for that, Internet.
Top 10 news. Would you mind grabbing me a cider? They're in there. And there's a Batman bottle opener right there on the counter.
Not a cider, though, please. Intercontinental Ballistic Root Beer. I want to be able to shoot this at Taiwan.
All right, well, you're grabbing those drinks for us so very kindly of you. Thank you. We're going to jump into the top 10 news segment. Number 1, we're going to continue talking about Star Wars. Star Wars The Force Awakens broke all fucking kinds of records this week. Most notably, it broke the opening day record, bringing in a whopping $57 million on Thursday. The previous record was set by Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 at $43.5 million.
And I can pretty much guarantee it will not be broken again until the next one in the trilogy.
I will say, I don't even think the episode 8 or 9, maybe 9, but I don't think 8 will break this record.
Yep. I don't know.
Do you need me to get it? You got to grab his wings and... There we go. I think those are twist-offs. Those are twist-offs, so... Yeah. The cider one is not so. So yeah, I guarantee you it's going to break the all-time highest grossing film of all time. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, then at the very least, it won't be broken until a new trilogy comes out in 10 more years.
Do you think we'll ever get to a point where they remake the episodes 1 through 3?
I hope not.
Really?
With them being as strong cultural icons as they are, and
for being
holding up,
shitty, though. They're known for being shitty.
doesn't matter. They're icons to people, and they've held up through the years. Pretty much everybody sees them, and they become part of the psyche after that. You know, it's not like you don't need to reinvigorate that series, because with other movies like, say, Friday the 13th, not everybody sees it.
If you were talking about the original trilogy, I would agree with you. But the prequel trilogy, I don't know. I think...
Oh, wait a second. Are we talking about
episodes 1 through 3, Phantom Menace?
God damn it.
No, I'm not talking episodes 4 through 6. No, I'm not. You leave A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi alone. I'm talking...
Yeah, then no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I totally just didn't listen to you at all, apparently.
That happens. No, episodes 1 through 3.
One of my
prequels.
One of my favorite pieces of content on YouTube, and I really don't like referring to things as content, but the Belated Media, they're a YouTube channel, and in addition to he does really good movie reviews, and he has really great in-depth opinions on things. He did a What If series if
the prequels were good.
Yeah, on episodes 1 through 3.
Makes incredible points.
Yeah.
I mean, just as simple as let's give the prequel trilogies a main character.
Yeah.
I would just love if we could give the prequel trilogy that treatment where it's done in such a way as to sort of strengthen the rest of the series.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we'd have to be careful. Certain expectations have now been set. Obviously it's a prequel, so there are certain things that we can't change that will radically alter the outcome of the future movies, but
yeah, it
would be nice if it got a remake that made it good, as opposed to just like a remake where they're like, let's add practical effects in. It's like it's like the remastered version, only backwards.
The reverse treatment.
Just get rid of Hayden Christensen, make a good
we could get rid
origin story for Darth Vader.
We could get rid of the kid Anakin Skywalker too.
Yeah. Make Darth Maul the villain through all 3 movies.
Yes. Please.
Apparent villain. Through all 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because, Emperor Sidious. Okay, so let's move on to the second news item. Into video games. This is exciting and still pissing me off at the same time.
Yep.
Hideo Kojima has officially... I cannot talk today. Hideo Kojima has officially partnered with PlayStation to create his own production company called Kojima Productions. However, after this news was dropped, IGN reported that Kojima was contractually forbidden from talking about Konami. He is not allowed to ever speak of why they separated.
Seriously, Konami is being ridiculously shitty about everything.
It seems no matter how hard he tries, Konami or Hideo cannot break free from underneath Konami's thumb. After announcing his new studio, Kojima stated he still wants to do something with legendary filmmaker Guillermo del Toro, stating, "I have no idea what I'll be working on him with. if it'll be a game, a movie, anime, but someday I definitely want to create something with him.
Maybe they'll make a baby together.
Dude, it would be adorable.
Seriously, though, like, with the relationship between Hideo Kojima and Konami, which he kind of made Konami after a sense, like, as far as their video games in the U.S., with how bad they're being to him and all the rest of their game-making staff, did he, like, shit in the owner's daughter's mouth? Like, what the hell happened?
I was going to say he kidnapped the owner's daughter.
Yeah.
It had to be that bad.
Like, yeah, he must have done... No, he probably didn't do anything. Maybe the dude's just like, I fucking hate that guy. I've hated him. He stole my bagel back when we were in college.
I think I was never really under any risk of buying a Konami game.
Again.
Now, especially now, fuck Konami.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Well, I think that now there's not really a threat of it anyway. Aren't they moving more towards, like,
pachinko?
Game machines.
And they're not even... I didn't even know this until I looked it up. Konami, they're not even really... Video games aren't their major...
Yeah.
They do, like, toasters and stuff like that. They're like the GE of Japan.
Yeah.
And video games...
GE had the balls to try to make it in the video game industry.
That'd be interesting.
Come at me, Whirlpool.
Suck it, Activision.
Maytag.
Top news item number 3. Jeremy Renner is set to star as Rocky Marciano in a biopic. Do you guys know who Rocky Marciano is before you read this?
No.
I've heard his name before, and I knew that he was a boxer.
He is. He is my all-time favorite boxer, and I'm excited about this movie.
And it's another biopic.
It is a biopic.
There's like 500 of those coming out next year.
Rocky Marciano holds the record as the only heavyweight boxer to have an undefeated record of 49-0. The film will be called Undefeated: The Rocky Marciano Story.
Wow.
Yes.
Is he complete? This is me being naive, perhaps. Is he at all related to the Raging Bull, Rocky Balboa, or
no? Oh, Rocky, like the movies, you know.
Yeah.
It was in homage to Rocky Marciano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he was a boxer back in the 50s and 60s.
Okay, so Raging Bull, was about Rocky Marciano.
I don't think so. I think that was not a quote biopic, because Rocky Marciano was actually a very kind and gentle guy.
Oh.
And if you watch Raging Bull, he is anything but.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure. I can't remember. I know No, I'm not going to spoil that. Never mind. In case you don't know, then there's no point in me ruining it. I'm very excited about this movie. They have not found a director yet. So, but they have already looked at Jeremy Renner to play Rocky Marciano, and he kind of does look like him.
They've also approached me to be director and writer.
I'm all about it. Practical effects, buddy. Episode 4.
And there's like a robot in the corner of the thing that's practical effects. That's my contribution to the movie. It was like it's in the ring, like R2-D2. Beep, boop, boop.
Oh no, this movie took a turn. Item number 4. Kurt Russell is being looked at by Marvel and director James Gunn to star as Peter Quill's, aka Star-Lord's, father in the film Guardians of the Galaxy 2. If the second film will be taking its information from the Marvel Universe, then Star-Lord's father was not human. He was from the planet called Spartax, where he is the Emperor. His name is Jay-Son, not a rapper.
Jay-Son?
Yeah, Jay-Son. And he goes by the name Mr. Knife.
That sounds like a Futurama character.
Yeah.
Also, is a really awful pseudonym, Mr. Knife.
Yeah.
What a knife guy.
What a myth or knife.
Well, I mean, they've already alluded to it in the first movie at the end. Spoilers. They mentioned that he's not all the way human.
Yeah, he's half human.
But they talk about it with a sort of reverence, like what he is half of. They're like, they might even say it, but it's been a while since I've seen it. But
no, they said that he was in the movie. They said your mother was Tyrion, which is human, and his father was something very old to where they didn't even have records of it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they won't. I hope they don't go with Mr. Knife at least. If they do, put your tongue in your cheek while you do it.
Yeah.
Don't just like seriously call somebody Mr. Knife.
And I guarantee you, after Star-Lord, finds out that his father goes by the name Mr. Knife, he's going to have something to say about that.
Like if he's emperor and like they get to the planet and like some dude's leading him up to the thing, he's like, and he likes us to call him Mr. Knife. I know he just wants us to call him that. Just make somebody say it like that. Like we just have to do it.
I'm all right with. I really like that. That'd be great. Item number 5. Bradley Cooper will make his directorial debut for the film A Star Is Born. There was a rumor that the film would star Beyonce, but Bradley Cooper says that rumor is not true. This film is a remake of the 1954 film starring Judy Garland. It's about an actor who takes a young girl under his wing to help her reach stardom, even though his own life is falling apart around him.
Now, what do we do to Bradley Cooper if it does star Beyonce?
Whoa! She's been attacked. This film has been tried to be made since, I think, 2007. It's
Goodness.
and she's been attached to it ever since then, but then it kind of died off. And then Bradley Cooper said, yeah, I'll direct it. And then the rumors of her being in it, rose up once again. But he said, no, sorry.
I don't really have a lot of opinions on that.
No, yeah. I just know it was a critically acclaimed movie. Very well received back in 1954.
What's your opinion, Mac?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Brilliant. Item number 6. Scarlett Johansson has been cast in the upcoming film Move That Body. It is an R-rated film about a bunch of friends who, after a male stripper dies at a party, must find a way to get rid of the body. The film is supposed to be an homage to the Weekend at Bernie's films.
Wow. That's not what I expected.
I love Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Even the second one, I think, is really
everybody can agree that we all love Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
And I meant everybody in the universe.
Yeah, not just this room.
Mm.
If you don't love Weekend at Bernie's, you are a terrorist. That's actually
That's what the CIA uses as tests for Homeland Security.
Yeah,
Show them Weekend at Bernie's.
yeah,
And, like,
this
what
is
did
a
you
piece
think
of
of
shit.
it?
Get him.
Waterboard him.
G-Bay.
That's what I do. So, item number 7. Catherine Watterson has been cast to star in the upcoming... This is really hard to say. Catherine Watterson has been cast to star in the upcoming Alien prequel trilogy. Just sounds weird. The first film will be... Or it's the second film, I guess, because Prometheus was the first film.
Okay.
So they're not starting a trilogy from here. It's already part of... The trilogy is when started.
Well, I don't know, because they say that this film is the sequel to Prometheus. So if that's true, wouldn't that make this the second film in the trilogy?
Not if the trilogy that comes after Prometheus, because
I know what you're saying.
Lord
now.
of the Rings is a sequel to The Hobbit,
Yeah.
but The Hobbit is not part of the trilogy.
Yeah. Okay.
Prometheus is a weird remake of The Hobbit.
And yet it did a better job than the Hobbit movie.
Yeah, you know what? Even though I did not like Prometheus, it was still better than
If
the
you had to
Hobbit
pick
movies.
one.
If I had to pick one,
I thought
Idris
Prometheus
Elba.
was all right, but it didn't deliver on anything it promised.
yes. The second film will be called Alien Covenant. No, not the Covenant from Halo. Alongside here will be returning android Michael Fassbender.
Yay.
As android Michael Fassbender's head or full body android Michael Fassbender?
I'm assuming that he's just going to get a new body. He's going to look fabulous.
Just turns into Guardians of the Galaxy. They're like, oh, look, we found a civilization. Let's hang out here.
Yeah. The film again will be directed by Ridley Scott and is expected for an October 6, 2017 release date.
That's a while away.
Plenty of time to get it right.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully he's listening to the fans.
Yes. You know what?
Give
just
us actual answers this time.
practical effects. I'm just going to say that for every movie now.
Yeah.
Practical effects. Now that we know that it can be done right on a big grand scale,
Yeah.
there's no excuse not to make it happen.
Yeah.
That is a little bit harder whenever the thing that you're making out of practical effects has to be rushing at somebody from them on top of a ceiling.
Yeah. All right. Have you guys read item number 8 yet? If
No.
you haven't, don't, because I'm going to ask you a question. Stop it, Jared.
I
Stop it.
already read it.
Oh, okay.
I read it to start with. I read the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I haven't.
So, if I were to say to you the word Chappaquiddick, would you know what that meant?
I would say
Would you-
bless you.
What'd you call my mom?
What'd you call my mom? Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you. Don't read it because it's a fascinating story. There are talks to put in motion a film about the Chappaquiddick incident. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what the fuck that word means, Chappaquiddick was a bridge where back in 1969, Senator Ted Kennedy drove off the bridge and killed a female companion in the car who was not his wife. The scandal actually started whenever Kennedy did not report the incident until after his car and the body were found.
So I think it's safe to assume he survived driving it off the bridge.
Yeah,
Since he later reported the incident.
Yes.
It'd be very shocking if he's like, yeah, I'm dead in the river.
Boo.
I want to file an insurance report.
That Geico, they got your back. It's a fascinating story that's never been told on screen, but the problem is that it's going to be directed by Sam Taylor Johnson, who is the director of 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
the fisherman's parody?
It's the Finding Nemo naughty secret. 50 Shades of Grey.
No.
Boy, that is a problem.
Yeah.
Is the movie bad? I mean, I'm pretty sure the movie's bad, but
50 Shades of Grey, it's pretty really.
Is the directoring in the movie bad?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
It's not.
Sam Taylor Johnson's a really old lady who married Aaron Taylor Johnson, who we know as Quicksilver. From, Avengers and stuff.
Oh.
And he was also in Godzilla, that young guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like 28 and she's 60-something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well.
Silver Fox.
Yeah. Item number 9. Vin Diesel confirms that there will be more Riddick films in the future that are focused as prequels, where he finds out about his Furian ancestry. There will be a film called Furia. He has also confirmed that he is in the works to bring a TV show out about mercenaries who are always after him, called Mercs.
Oh, boy.
I support him in doing this because, yes, he's awesome and let him live his dream, but the last Riddick movie was so bad.
I loved the last Riddick. Just Riddick, right?
Oh, wait.
The one
you're
that came
thinking
out
Chronicles
a
of
year
Riddick.
ago?
What? There was another Riddick movie that I completely missed?
It was good.
There's a good Riddick movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. By not being a Chronicles of Riddick movie, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's not Chronicles of Riddick. It's just called Riddick. It came out last year, and it has, what's her name from Battlestar Galactica in it?
The one who plays Starbuck?
Yeah. Katie Sackhoff, is that it?
Yes.
I don't know.
You see her naked, which is
Yeah.
thumbs up. And it's also besides that, obviously, it's a really good movie.
Pitch Black was also good.
Yes,
Not a
Pitch
problem.
Black is obviously the best of all three movies, but
Also,
then,
nyctophobic, so plays to my fears.
yeah,
Dark monsters?
we skirted the dirt.
Screw it.
They're kind of back in this one.
What?
A different kind of that alien, but they're dark monsters again. Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's well suited to fight, I guess. But
Yeah. It's super good.
I'm apparently going to need to watch this because I thought Chronicles of Riddick was the last movie, and it was
No. They came out with one. No, it may have been 2 years ago, but it was. I really did like it a lot. Yeah. So if it's as good as that, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. Chronicles of Riddick, not the best. Item number 10. Ubisoft's The Division may be getting delayed again.
Well, thanks, Ubisoft, for doing the thing you always do.
Yeah. We were supposed to be getting a beta at the end of the year for The Division, but Ubisoft says the game is not ready for beta testing.
Boy.
Instead, they will be sending out a rough alpha test instead, with the beta test to follow next year. I, for one, say that I refuse to purchase The Division now. It doesn't matter if it's heralded as the greatest game of all time. They've pissed me off enough with this game. I'm not going to buy it. They announced it 3 fucking years ago.
Yeah, so I'm just so curious what has gone wrong in this game's development.
Well, Ubisoft has a long history of pushing games back for forever.
Not this bad. This is the worst they've ever done, I think.
This is definitely record breaking. Ubisoft also has a problem releasing games far before they're ready.
That's true.
As we've seen with a lot of like Assassin's Creed Unity.
They will have released 2 Assassin's Creed games and 2 Far Cry games in the times that they've announced this game.
God, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just push out games, and I think the only reason that they are not rushing this one out the door is because this is supposed to be something that will like save them. And if it sucks, then I think that they're pretty worried about their financial security from here on out.
It's also a very big endeavor.
Is it?
Well,
look at Fallout 4. Obviously, the game has a lot of glitches, but look at The Witcher. Those games are 1,000 times bigger than what this game will ever be.
And neither game has any online capabilities to worry about. This is a game that's supposed to be in a time where this is what everybody's wanting to be doing, making a console MMO. It lives underground.
They're underground MMOs.
Indie MMOs. Sorry, off track.
Your eyes just glittered.
Yeah, it was amazing. Come on. I can't. You guys
Indie
have no
MMOs.
souls. The fact that you guys are not. Fuck it.
Hey.
So, everybody wants to be in on that train, like the making the MMO formula work, and they're integrating as many facets of it into any game that they can, even whenever they're not making MMO games. I mean, like, let's look at Destiny, for example. Destiny is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the dream, is making something that'll work like that. So, maybe it's better that they're pushing it back, because right now, none of them have worked at all. Console MMOs have been just absolute trash.
I'm trying to think. I think the Crew, is that what it was called? Where you could drive basically anywhere in the United States and drop in, drop out. Yeah, that didn't work very well either. So that being said, it's still something has gone wrong. And I think it has a lot to do with Ubisoft saying, okay, your game is coming out, in a year. That's how long you have. And the staff is rushing to make sure that can happen. Cutting off loose ends and just focusing on things. Oh, it's not done yet. Well, you guys have another just 6 months, So I feel like if they had been allowed, if the game hadn't been announced 3 fucking years ago, I think we might see it by now. Honestly, I think it's probably Ubisoft trying to rush it and it not being able to be rushed.
Think
That's
of it like this.
right.
This is going to blow your fucking mind. They've released 2 Avengers films.
Holy shit.
Since The Division was announced.
Oh my god.
Well, let me put it this way. So, we've all played Destiny.
Yep.
There's a gigantic sack in the nuts. Yeah, we just took a nut to the sack.
Yeah, okay.
Like a nut sack hitting another nut sack
Yeah.
really hard.
Just pendulous nads.
Everyone loses.
Whamming together. Just wrecking ball some nuts.
Pendulous Nads. Is that the name of your funk band?
Yeah.
Oh my god, where's your EP? I'm buying it.
It comes out in October of this year.
So
But it might
it's
get
already
pushed
out?
back. We're being produced by Ubisoft.
Oh no!
Brought it back. So that game was bad. What if it had another year to be the game it should have been?
Yeah.
Even with it having been, because it was announced
'Cause then-
pretty much alongside The Division.
I'll tell you what, if it had another year, it would be the Taken King.
Yeah,
Which
which apparently is
started-
amazing, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend money on it.
It's
Have you
better.
actually?
I've played some of it. It's a lot more of what they promised, and it's also the end of their production on it outside of small things. They're doing no more DLC.
Until Destiny 2.
Now they're focusing on like little bitty things like, okay, we're launching a Sparrow Race thing.
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions and holidays. They're like, come get your mask for Halloween. So
God, you hate them so much.
yeah, because they're money leeching hookers. They are fucking whores, video game whores. And I keep in mind, I support prostituting as long as it's legal.
And this is legal, technically.
Yeah, but they're bad at it. They're dirty ones. They're the ones you get the herps from,
Oh.
and they're really
They're-
expensive for no reason.
They're the
Christ.
herp hookers. There's your Swedish chef quote for the dirty herp hookers. Dirty herp hookers.
So my point is that was announced at a similar time frame as
Yeah.
The Division, and it ran into all kinds of problems that should have gotten it pushed back, but it never did. Namely, they remade the game in 3 months before release. So, fuck
Yeah.
it. I'd rather them push it back than get a game that I've been waiting for now 3 years and having it be not worth the money I spent.
They've released 14 Call of Duty games since this game was announced.
Well, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah,
It's
no,
only been
that's-
3
that's
years.
not nothing.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for the top 10 news segment. In case everybody's curious, we do have a Patreon campaign. If you head over to patreon.com/flickfreaks, you can donate as little as $1 a month to help make the channel better, whether it be getting a better camera, building a better computer for better production values, whatever it may be, we're all going to build this channel better together. Guys, I think it's time to move on now to trailer talk.
I think it is. I think
We
you're
have
right.
4 pretty fun trailers to talk about. The first trailer up is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's directed by David Yates, who gave us the last 4 Harry Potter's movies and also the upcoming Legend of Tarzan film. This is, of course, if you're familiar, it's written by J.K. Rowling, who gave us the Harry Potter book series.
Is she actually the writer for the film?
Script writer as well for this.
Wow.
Didn't she write the script for Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Don't know.
I think she
No
did.
idea.
Didn't see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, maybe I did. No.
It's the
I
last
didn't.
one.
Yeah, no.
This movie stars Eddie Redmayne, Colin Farrell, Ezra Miller, Ron Perlman, and Jon Voight. It's about writer Newt Scamander, who finds himself in a world of wizardry in New York 7 years before Harry Potter.
He's also the fictional writer of the book Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them,
Yes.
which is a small handbook about Harry Potter monsters.
Yep. And doesn't Harry Potter read that book in the movies or in the books as well?
Yeah.
So,
I believe you're right.
I own that book somewhere.
that's awesome. So, it was just a quick teaser. The movie doesn't come out until November of next year. So, it doesn't give too much away, but the way it looks like it's shot, the cast I'm a fan of, I will go and see this movie. It looks interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Harry Potter has never really grabbed me. I'm sure I'm going to see this movie. My girlfriend's a big fan. But I don't know. I guess the teaser didn't give us a lot to work with. I probably really excited people who are already fans of Harry Potter.
Well, he pretty much told you the whole plot. Monsters got loose. We got to go find them.
It's got that mystical, kind of fun, dark and glittery vibe of Harry Potter. It's just didn't grab me.
Harry Potter in the 50s, man. I'm down.
You're all about that in 50s New York.
Also,
next-
somewhere other than the UK. That sounds cool.
It feels like a Harry Potter movie. Like, whenever you watch that trailer, you're like, yeah, that's Harry Potter.
Like the lady with the crazy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hair was nuts.
It was bonanzas. Next trailer up, Star Trek Beyond. Not directed by J.J. Abrams. He's on to greener pastures now.
Yep.
This movie is directed by Justin Lin, who gave us the Fast and the Furious films. It's actually written by Simon Pegg. So, if
That-
you know,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
This movie stars Simon Pegg, Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Idris Elba, and Carl Urban. The plot of this is it's the 3rd film in the new Star Trek franchise. There is no actual plot listed yet.
Okay.
I mean, the trailer gives us a pretty good idea.
Some dude wants to fuck up some other shit. We
Yeah.
got to stop him. Right?
Yeah, the trailer. God, it was like
Not good.
it looked like Guardians of the Like they were trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
and not something that they should be doing with Star Trek.
Yeah.
What I will say is I know that Simon Pegg said that he saw the trailer and he agrees that the trailer looks like shit.
Did you really?
Yeah. And, he was like, just wait for, more stuff to come forward, So,
If Simon Pegg's writing it, I'm in.
yeah.
I'm excited. He hasn't. I know him and what's his face. They wrote the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah. Edgar Wright?
Edgar
Yeah.
Wright. Yeah. The Cornetto trilogy, like the funniest comedy series in
Yes.
films ever.
Agreed.
You got Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End.
All
3
100%
brilliant.
amazing movies.
Yeah. The next movie up is from our friends at Rooster Teeth. We have Laser Team, their very first feature-length live-action film. So congrats, guys. They did an Indiegogo campaign to raise money for this, and they shattered the record for most money raised
Yeah.
for this movie. So congrats, guys. This movie's directed by Matt Hullum, who we know from Rooster Teeth at Red vs. Blue. Also, Bernie Burns, who is the head writer and founder of Rooster Teeth. This movie stars Bernie Burns, Colton Dunn, who we know from Mad TV, Michael Jones, Gavin Free, Alan Ritchson, and Gus Sorolla. The plot of this is 4 idiots become attached to alien technology and are forced to defend the Earth from alien invaders.
Isn't laser spelled with an S?
It is,
'Cause
but
it's an
not in the
acronym.
movie. But not in the movie.
Light amplification something. I can't remember the last 3.
Yeah, it's light amplification.
I think maybe the S stands for something. I think that's the word.
Something.
Emitting ray.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So you're pretty stoked for this?
I am very excited for this. They're trying to bring it to Springfield right now. They have to sell at least 47 tickets,
Okay.
and if they don't, then the movie doesn't come here.
I'll buy a ticket.
Yeah, it's expensive though. It's a lot more expensive than normal. It's $12.
That's
I'll
not
buy a
bad.
ticket. That's fine.
Yeah, and you have to see it at Campbell 16.
That's not bad.
I think I can live with that.
Okay. I'm not a fan of Campbell 16. Ever since I got rid of alcohol, they teased us for a while. They're like, "This is the new place to go. We got alcohol."
Wait, which one's Campbell 16?
The one on Campbell,
With a 16 on it.
the one that has the horses,
Thanks.
the one that has the horses painting on the back of the building.
Oh, that's the one where we went and saw Thingy Place.
Yeah.
With
Thingy
Lady
Place.
Robot.
Thingy Place with Lady Robot.
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
how did I get that?
Oh my god. Good job, Andrew.
Thingy Place with Lady Robot. That's actually on the box whenever you buy the DVD for Ex Machina.
It's
It
got
says-
a Rocky and Bullwinkle name. It's
Yeah.
like Ex Machina, also or
Colon.
or Thingy Place with Lady Robot.
Laser Team, I think this movie looks really funny. I'm surprised that it's rated PG-13 for the simple fact that if you watch anything Rooster Teeth does, it would be a hard R.
Yes.
So
many F-bombs.
so many F-bombs. But this one's PG-13, which, I don't know, maybe they're trying to challenge themselves to be just as funny without, swearing.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's hard.
Also, Bernie Burns, he's going to be on the next season of The Amazing Race.
Really?
Yeah.
As a contestant?
Yeah, it's a social media, internet personalities.
Oh.
That's what the next Amazing Race is. It's got YouTubers, Instagram, Vine people, and him.
That might get me to watch it, actually.
You know what? I really am considering watching the Amazing Race now. Just until he gets kicked off, then I'll stop.
Yeah.
I know that I'm a lot less funny when I'm not fucking cursing.
Yeah, me too. I use the F-bomb like a comma so I can think of other things to say.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
The next movie up is fucking Independence Day Resurgence, directed
Fucking.
and written by Roland Emmerich. He gave us the original Independence Day, the 90s Godzilla movie, which was terrible.
That's a good sign.
And
Well, not the Godzilla thing,
Yeah.
but the fact that he wrote original Independence Day.
yes. And he also gave us, The Patriot, which was good. That's the Mel
Yeah.
Gibson one. And he gave us the utter dog shit film 10,000 BC.
So,
He's a hit or misser.
he's 1 for 2 on those.
No, I think he's. Oh yeah, one. If you bring it,
I
down.
rounded down. I'm
You
sorry.
did round it down. I have the
Um,
math in my head.
of the trailers on this list, Independence Day, that's Michael Bay at his best, and Michael Bay isn't even directing this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of craw in this one.
Yeah, this looks super good. It looks
I'm
kind of like
excited.
it knows what it is.
Yeah.
It's having fun, but it's still got that colossal darkness, and sort of the dramatized patriotism. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be just a fun popcorn flick. Man, I'm stoked.
Oh yeah. So the movie, it does once again star Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, and Vivica Fox
It lacks
and
Will
Brent
Smith.
Spiner. Will Smith is not in this movie. They've replaced him with white man Liam Hemsworth. And William Fichtner's in this as well.
Wait, isn't Vivica Fox wasn't she his
She was his wife in the original one. She was the stripper.
Maybe he's dead.
Okay, here's what they're saying right now. Is that if you notice in the trailer, they said, we took the alien technology to better advance our own technology on Earth.
Yeah.
What they're saying is that Will Smith's character was a test pilot for a new ship that they designed.
And exploded.
And exploded.
Oh.
When in reality, Will Smith wanted a lot more money than they were willing to give him, so they said, we'll just kill your character off.
Think you're immortal?
Yeah. So the plot of this is after 20 years, the invading aliens from the first film have returned in full force. And holy fuck, did they ever. That one ship at the very end of the trailer was the size of the
North
Earth.
America?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love what's exciting in and of itself is that this is a sequel 20 years later, set 20 years later,
Yeah.
you know, right?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is. Yeah, the movie came out in 95.
That's cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That's exciting right there. It's like we've been waiting all this time. I think they even said in the first movie that they were coming back
Yeah.
with more forces.
So here's something I don't understand. Brent Spiner is in this movie.
Yes.
I thought he died in the first one.
Wait, which one's Brent Spiner?
Brent Spiner is the guy who plays Data in Star Trek. Remember, had the shaggy hair.
Yeah, he
and
did
he was
die.
the doctor. And as they were operating on the aliens, it like wrapped his tentacle, and he was using that to telekinetically speak to Bill
He might
Pullman.
not have died. He might have just been incapacitated.
Maybe that's what it was.
Because, I mean, I think it was telepathically controlling him.
Did I say telekinetically? Yeah, he wasn't moving shit around with his mind. Yeah, telepathically.
So I think it was like connected to him, and it was making him talk because
Yeah.
he was still alive.
Okay.
I don't think they killed him.
Well, awesome. I always love to see Brent Spiner in more things.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Probably my favorite part of this trailer is the fact that they were using Bill Pullman's
Yeah.
rousing speech from
Yeah.
the first one.
If that doesn't
we're
get
gonna
you-
survive speech.
We will not go quietly into the night.
Yeah.
If that doesn't get you, I don't know what will.
It is one of
Exactly.
the best speeches ever.
Yeah. I
It
almost
just makes you want to get up and just march around.
If I ever became president, that would be my inaugural speech.
Holy fuck.
And everybody would be like, what the
What?
Independence Day?
I almost gave that speech at Dan's wedding for my best man speech.
Why didn't you?
I asked him if I could, and he said he would murder me if I did.
Oh, you
So.
should. Worth it.
Yeah. That's the way to go out. If those are your last words,
Yeah.
think about it.
I mean, he thought they were going to be his last words.
Yeah. So, that's it. Gonna wrap it up for trailers. Now let's move on to the store. We got a store, everybody. If you head to shop.spreadshirt.com/flickfreaks, we have t-shirts, coffee mugs, phone tablet cases, hoodies, all sorts of paraphernalia that you might need. We don't, unfortunately, have any promotions running right now, but as soon as some pop up, we will be sure to let you know. I think it's time now to move on to the Fairburn forecast to let you know what you can go and see in theaters. Yes, there are more things in the theaters than Star Wars right now. For example, you can go see Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Road Trip. Guys!
If you have not seen Star Wars, and you, for no other reason than yourself, wish to go see Alvin and the Chipmunks, I will personally come to your house and poop in your refrigerator.
Who at the movie studio thought it was a good idea to launch Alvin and the Chipmunks on the same goddamn weekend as Star Wars?
It's probably cheaper.
Somebody should get fired.
Do you think Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Road Trip was going to make bank?
That's true. It
No.
was never going to make bank.
But everybody's spending all their movie-going money on Star Wars.
Yeah. So yeah, just go see Star Wars. If you've already seen Star Wars 1,000 times and you want to see it again, sure, go and do that. But
go
you,
see it
Then
1,000
go
more
see Star
Yeah,
Wars
start
1,000
again.
more times. Yeah.
but you can also see Sisters. That's the Tina Fey, Amy Poehler movie.
That looks good,
Yeah.
actually.
You can see Creed, which besides Star Wars is still my favorite movie of the year.
It's about the band.
Yes, it is about the band. And yeah, I'm not. You know what? Just go see fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Go see Star Wars.
All right, so I think it's time for IMDb idiots.
Time for me to lose? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
You guys ready?
I believe it is.
For those of you who do not know what IMDb Idiots is, I'm going to list off facts about either a film, television show, or a video game, and these gentlemen with me have to guess what medium I am talking about. The first to 3 correct answers wins. They each get 1 guess, and if they get it wrong, then they're out. Unless the other one gets it wrong, then they are both back in. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Always.
Yeah, sure.
All right. The first medium up is a video game.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
I'm
Yep.
so ready.
It is directed by Yoichi Yoshimoto. I'll spell that for you when you're ready. Yoichi. Last name Yoshimoto.
Boy, is it Brave Fencer Musashi?
It is Brave Fencer Musashi.
Still loading.
Still loading. Do you are you connected to our internet here?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, it was Brave Fencer Musashi or The Adventures of Batman and Robin, so
Go with a good one.
yeah.
Let me double check that I'm connected.
There's a 2005 Brave Fencer Musashi?
What?
Are you Andrew?
Yes.
This whole time. What's the password?
Here, I'll show you. I don't want to shout it out over the internet. Are you on the internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm acquiring an IP address.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Damn it, don't shout my password.
The Polar Express.
All right, ready. Let's do this.
Okay. The next medium up is a film. Now mine's loading since Jared jumped on the network. Holy shit.
Slowing it down.
Okay, it's directed by Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris. Dayton is Dayton.
Okay, go on.
It is starring Paul Dano.
Oh, Ruby Sparks.
Nope.
Damn, okay.
As soon as I find this guy. Okay, you said it had Paul Dano in it?
Yes.
I hope this is the right guy.
Jonathan Dayton.
Oh, okay. It's the obvious one.
It's not obvious to Jareth.
Can I guess for Jared?
No. Jareth's gonna just walk on through this till I see a picture of Paul Dano.
Really? You're going to be that sure of it? It's like there's one other movie that he is in that this guy's directed.
Well, yeah, but I don't know any of this guy's movies, and I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of Paul Dano.
I mean, I don't either. I've just seen both of these movies.
All right, if you want to guess for me and then win for me, then go for it.
It's Little Miss Sunshine.
That has Paul Dano in it?
Yeah, he's the son.
He's the son who doesn't talk.
Oh, yeah, shit. I saw that. I don't know.
All right, well, I guess Jareth has a point.
Yeah.
No shutout for you. Okay.
Worth it.
So, the next medium up is a television series created by Mike Judge.
Is it King of the Hill?
Yeah?
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Not bad.
It
Out
could
of
have been
all-
King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Or Silicon Valley.
Oh, he made Silicon Valley?
Yeah, that's Mike
Damn,
Judge.
good for him.
Mike Judge, he's done things.
Yeah, he's a
He did
pretty clever
Office
guy.
Space. Well, Office Space isn't a
No,
TV
yeah.
show, but yeah.
And Office Space is incredible.
Yeah, it is. The next one up is Office Space. So, no. Ooh, we haven't done this film ever, and it's great. Let's do it. God damn it. There it is. It's a film,
Okay.
Yep.
and I'm only going to list off the actors who were in it. Okay.
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 Stars Yul Brynner.
Could you spell that?
Yul is his first name, and then Brenner is Brynner.
I think it's got a really intense smolder going on in his headshot.
Yeah. The film also stars Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, Eli Wallach, and James Coburn.
Whew, we are definitely in my I don't know what's going on area of film.
I'll give you this, and this is going to really throw you off. It's written by Akira Kurosawa.
Oh, it's The Magnificent Seven.
It is.
Oh, that was like the first thing that popped up, too.
Yeah, it's based off of Seven Samurai.
Okay.
Kurosawa, yeah.
Okay, cool.
2 and
2 and 2, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bring it down a notch.
It all comes down to this. Jareth, you could win.
I can't. I'm fully lubed and prepared for this fucking.
Okay, so the final medium up. I will let you guys decide if it's going to be a film, show, or video game.
I think it should be a video game.
Sure, because those have always worked out great for me.
Okay. This is a video game directed by John Garvin. Well, I guess technically he was the writer on it.
Okay, I got a couple of John Garvins here.
Yeah, I got like 18 John Garvins.
All right.
Let's
Try
see.
Richard Ham, Ham. They both were co-writers for this.
One M or two?
1M.
There's like two of them also.
Well, click on one and see what happens. Oh, is it
Fable 2?
Nope.
Damn it! Siphon. Fucking.
It's Siphon Filter.
It is Siphon Filter. You were so close. I could see the gleam in your eye as soon as you said Fable 2. You're like,
I grabbed the first one.
If you hadn't said it, I would have.
oh. Would you really have? You
Yeah.
would have said Fable 2?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I've never played a Fable game. Never.
I mean,
once.
they're
If
good, but
you play any of them, play 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this podcast. Thank you to everybody for listening. Do you guys have anything to plug? I know you just did, Jareth, a video game spoiler cast.
Yes, we did.
That was great. Really
I
funny.
guess tomorrow we'll be recording a very similar episode to this one of Spoiler Cast,
Yep.
because it'll be all about Star Wars.
Yes.
only it will be fully spoilerific, and I believe, Andrew, you will be there.
I'm going to do my damnedest. I work tomorrow,
Ah.
but I'm going to try and see if I can go in today, do half of work today, half of work tomorrow.
Dude, I work tomorrow. I would love to be there. That's going to be such an awesome episode.
Is your mic trying to fall over?
It is now. It wasn't earlier.
Here.
Well, I think it's like we're almost done, so I can hold it.
Oh, poor Andrew. He's just trying to help.
I thank you for trying to help me, but
Why I'm here. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you to everybody. If you want to find us on all forms of social media, you can find us at Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram. All of those at /FlickFreaks. We will catch you in episode 63. And
Bye,
until next
Internet.
time. Actually, I think episode 63 is going to be a special edition. Next week, you're going to get lucky. You're going to have 2 podcasts. You will have one on Wednesday and one on Saturday as regular. Big news, the original hosts back 2 years ago are driving down from Chicago for a special episode.
Oh, hey, that's awesome.
I'm really excited. That's back whenever we were a different YouTube channel and a different podcast. So, but
Wonder if you have any fans from then.
Nope. Nope. No, we didn't hit what we have now. I think we had on YouTube 9 subscribers.
Nice.
And I think we have like 8 now.
Yeah.
I think he was one of them that even unsubscribed. But yeah, we're doing okay now. That's something we need to mention. We are about 150 subscribers away on YouTube from hitting 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So our goal is to hit 10,000 by the end of the year. That's about 15 subscribers a day. We normally average around 40. So
a
Yeah.
day?
a day, yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I think our highest day was 301 days.
Fucking Christ.
So help us terrify Jareth.
Yeah.
And if you see something of ours you like, share it on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you normally are, and help other people see it, and maybe they'll subscribe, and Jareth will just be perpetually shitting his pants.
Somebody made fan art of me the other day.
Wow.
I know, it's awesome. It's
That's how
really-
you know that that's a real fan. We've got real fans once they draw pictures of you.
Yes. Well, thank you to whoever drew that picture, and we will catch you in the next video or podcast. Until next time, Godspeed to 10,000 subscribers.
Kind of tripped over that one, buddy.
A little bit to 10,000 subscribers.
Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.